Alright, round two, we are playing for the Bahamut. We only need top four. I have grabbed a pen and paper, so I'm going to be even more distracted slash tryharding. So my commentary is going to suffer even further, but I do want to take this somewhat seriously. I'm just going to take Gloria. It's not necessarily the best like fourth place captain because it's a little boomer bust. Not to the degree of last captain select, but Gokatu, and Hannibal's like quite poor, and Gokatu is fine, but not very exciting. Like maybe a little above average captain. Whereas Gloria, I think, is one of the best captains in the entire game. Like maybe the single best. So we're gonna go with the power level here. Don't think I need to change this list. The only changes I would make for Gloria, or for this tournament, I mean, would be like better, safer early game stuff. But I'm already playing Ace and Miseria and Wicked Witch. Uh, so like, I guess I could play Mecho Man Mordecon if I wanted to take another step in the safe direction. But I think I'd rather just play normally. You never know when like a lobby's gonna go long, and you're gonna wish that you had your powerful cards. You also like if you start cutting like your top end for lower stuff, you just dilute. Like I really want Miseria, right? So if I add more uncommons, I'm less likely to get it. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. Not the best first shop for Gloria. You really want to lose one of these first two fights. Given the option, I would actually prefer to lose the second fight rather than the first, but it's much harder to control, and I think the way to play it is like try and lose your first fight, and then if you don't, then try really hard to lose your second fight. This is interesting though. Egg loses the fight almost certainly and works towards Butcher. Or we can Peachy Queen, maybe lose the fight, maybe tie it, but have a much more powerful effect going forward. There was no Rose or Thorn in either of these shops, so it's quite likely we'll hit one in on turn two, especially if we have the bonus shop. It's also just fine if we don't lose a fight when we're trying to only get fourth. I think I am going to go Peachy Queen here. I guess attacking with it first. Maybe like this? No, actually, if they have like a 3-2, I want them to attack the stepsisters. So here we go. Jay, Nate Drake, Tajima, that's a little scary. What is this? Prodigy? Or not, yeah, Premium Prodigy. And Luna. So, no, like, pushover captains, but not necessarily the best of the best either. Again, we only have to get fourth, so hopefully, like, this Luna player just dies. But yeah, that's gonna be the lineup. I do not recognize any of these names again, so that's good, except for Uncle Iroh. Alright, so we are unable to lose, but that is fine. Was that a Plunder Penny? Interesting. We do hit Thorn, which is just going to be a slam dunk. I kind of would have preferred it in the second shop. Oh. Phone alarm, I apologize. Yeah, let's Thorn here, and then guess Scrub Fowl. I don't have enough power, like literally attack power, to utilize picks. So let's do it like this. Maybe Nate Drake has a Little Lance, and this 3/3 Stepsisters can get 2 hits in. Maybe like this to encourage that. Oh, they did have 2 things to hit, but they, yeah, I guess that's an argument for having something else in the front. Like, if they attack first, then I give them a 1 and 3. If they attack first with something with 3 power, which is probably going to be, you know, if they have anything with 3 power in their 4 characters, then it's going to be in slot 1. Then I give them the slightly smaller odds. I don't know. It's kind of marginal, but point is we did not lose, and Nate Drake got a lance, so that is definitely scary. I think it's between these silvers, and I think it's just Stepsisters because it solves itself. Scrubfell is a longer term advantage. And a 6/4 is more likely to stay on board longer than a 4/5. Interesting choice. Yeah, I changed my mind. There's another Peachy Queen. So we didn't get the bonus shop from losing, but we are getting good silver luck, which is kind of like bonus shops. Problem is, it's going to be very hard to lose fights, which is ostensibly our strategy with Gloria. Chameleon or Puck. The problem with Puck is that it eats the Peachy Queen buff, but it does make sure that the Stepsister solves, and it supports are good with these want to lose captains, because you can just push them to the front and really weaken your board without making yourself too vulnerable to the next fight, the following fight, I should say. No, I think I am gonna Chameleon. It's a little higher variance, but just really, really powerful if it works. And then here's a gold Peachy Queen, which I would love to have Ace of Hearts silver in our deck, but obviously not passing this. Pretty easy carving fork. And let's see if we can lose a fight. I guess probably not against Tajima on turn 3. So our actual goal is to get Chameleon a hunt. Yeah, definitely not losing, but Chameleon does hunt. We get Fairy Godmother, that unfortunately doesn't get this Peachy Queen buff because it was not recruited. But we can recruit Rose for +3/+4, which I am gonna do. We're gonna have to start putting more permanent characters in play starting next turn, but got no qualms with this now. Pan's Shadow is generally going to be my pick in these spots, but I'm thinking about Tink just to try and complete the Stepsisters. Oh, I don't have to. I have this thing. So that'll complete as long as it doesn't get ranged. So yeah, let's go ahead and Shadow. Natural places over the rose. I'm just thinking about if I want to be weaker than that and try and throw a fight. But I don't think we're going to be able to lose this fight with +2/+1 to our team. So I might as well just try and deal full heart damage. And hey, if they have, you know, a 5/5 goodie bag somehow, then we get a bonus shop, you know? Yeah, I see no reason to get fancy with positioning here. See, their only treasure is... Oops. I opened another window. Thankfully that did not show up for you. I missed their entire board, but currently 0/0, so they used the charge and then hit a common treasure and didn't get one with numbers on it. So that's very good for us. This might be one of our players that we try and get to die before us. Because again, with these lobbies, like, part of the interesting puzzle on them, at least the day one boards, I was kind of complaining about how easy they were, but it was interesting to approach the game in a way where you're not trying to maximize win percentage and are just trying to accomplish a certain goal, because it does change your card evaluations, as you've seen throughout these games. I think I'm gonna Warn Shield here. Secret map is just not gonna be something I'm interested in when I'm trying to get fourth. And Wand, I don't think we're going to be playing a lot of spells, and we don't have characters on board that we want to keep long term, so Warn Shield is a pretty obvious choice there. But I am going to, I'm playing slowly, I'm thinking through things, I'm talking through things, so not going to make the snap easy decisions. Alright, let's see, 3/4. It's obviously Fox. I just wanted to see if I want to put out a weaker board, as in keep this 3/4 around and replace something bigger. Which, hold on, so we just played Prodigy, so we have Luna next. Turn 5 Luna. So maybe they have one training spell done? Maybe? How do I lose to Luna without risking a full heart? Is keeping a 3/4 around something I'm interested in? I don't think so. I think the way I lose this fight is that they just have something sticky or ranged. In which case, having something small, having two small things wouldn't matter that much, but it could matter in terms of getting us full-hearted. The second thing being the Godmother, which I'm obviously keeping. And here we're gonna two-headed wizard. And again, I think we just replaced the obvious one. And I do think I line it up like this. Let me mark the health. Got J at 2.5. Nate full. Tajima 2 hearts. Prodigy 2.5. Luna on 2. Okay. Huh. Alright. It's an interesting board. Sleeping Giant and some supports. Back row Fox. Really odd board. But, Constellation Prize. And then we stole a potion. Interesting. There's our Miseria. Turn 6, usually too late, but it is kind of beefy with this Warren Shield, and we have full health. Problem with taking Maverick and Icewing is that then we have no way to get treasure consistently. We're just relying solely on Fox. But it is like twice as big. I should take it anyway because of Butcher, so I'm going to, but I think this was a close decision. I do think Missaria is just so excellent, even into the mid-game with full health, especially on Gloria. But yeah, I am just going to take the rare. No Butcher. So what's better, 2-1 to the shop or 5-4 to a character every turn? If this dies, which is not guaranteed. I do have a good number of silver fairies in the deck. Normally on non-candy, like you're only getting 1 or 2 triggers out of this, so you really need to have, Pixie Dust or Pisces triggers or whatever. But I have like 4 silver fairies in my deck. Plus a Silver Pan's Shadow. So I think I am going to take it over the Will-o'-the-Wisp here. It's also, some of these boards are weak enough that it's theoretically possible that Will-o'-the-Wisp doesn't even die, especially as it gets more buffs. So yeah, it is going to be Sugar Plum Fairy, and I am going to play it over the Pan's Shadow instead of the Wizard. Alright. J down to 2, which hopefully means they're weak enough. Yeah, very unthreatening board. Bow is a great steal. Oh, Maverick should have been in the back, probably. Thankfully, it didn't matter, but... I probably should have hid this so that it could for sure see Fox. If Fox hunted, see us collect this treasure. But yeah, these shop buffs are adding up. Look at how big these things are. Obviously the Warren Shield is a temporary effect here, but, or not temporary, but 1 shot per turn, you know what I mean. I do think it is the silver. Even with the green beard buff from the patch a couple days ago, it is still a card I only really use if I'm doing like Huntsman's Axe things. Or like very specifically, like I don't have another hunter and I have a goodie bag. Then I'll put them in 1 and 2. But let's go ahead and Pan's Shadow here. One of those silver fairies I was talking about, and it is nice and beefy. Very happy about +5, +4 to the shop. Plus another +3, +1. Don't mind if I do. And I'm going to take another fairy here because these other 2 are not particularly appealing. Is it time to put the Godmother away? I think not. I think that, like, just this tiny buff to keep the Fox running is worth more. And I might as well keep the Sugar Plum too. Like, it's very likely we lose this fight, but again, I'm okay with that. Because I'm a Gloria that hasn't used our Captain Power once yet. Jill Sunshine. Or fires. Double fires. I'd like to use this double spell trigger on an economy spell if possible. So it's already kind of marginal. So I'm going to write it off as an option here. Guess Jill Sunshine does help Fox hunt, which I was just talking about doing. So I think I am gonna play it. Ninja and Medusa are interesting because, like, you'll know if you need them later, but they're not gonna be very useful in the meantime necessarily. So I am gonna Jill Sunshine. It's just a question over which of these fairies. I think it's over Sugar Plum. We will get the trigger out of it. And I do want the pump to the board. Mostly just for Fox, but it does help Greenbeard as well. And I'm going to hide Maverick. Look at life totals again. 5. Prodigy still on full health. Or no, back up to full health, I should say. Is a bit scary. Tajima's down to 1, that's good. As is Luna. And then Drake lost a heart, but gained a heart. Okay. Get him, boys. Ooh, let me steal a heart. Actually, I'll take any of these, assuming this is pumped. It is, 2-3. Very nice. Yeah, 3 great treasures to steal there. We got the worst of the 3, but they were all totally fine. More than fine. Happy to have it. So here is our potioned Maverick trigger, and it's going to be a Fairy Pancakes. It's just a crazy strong treasure to get early. And like, we're not doing mage stuff. We only have 1 mage in play, and it's like the next cut from our board. And the shield is like kind of weird and slow and just not as many stats as the pancakes. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I was saying the 10 toughness Will-O-Wisp might not die. How about the 44 toughness version? It is a little tempting to just double giant growth the fox, but I think we're fine if that just doesn't hunt anymore. Oh, never mind. Right on time, sir. Another free buff. This feels like with our shop buffs this high and just like getting silvers, it feels like we have Butcher's Cleaver. Speak of the Devil. We could complete it. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I mean, we took some of the silvers out of the shop, but we still have a good amount of them, and we have Fairy Pancakes. And like, we don't need to win the lobby. I think if I was trying to win the lobby, maybe I would be like, we're past the point where I can do that, and I should just be being safer, or not safer, more aggressive. Taking Pisces, looking for Tinkerer, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think I'm just... also, we have Potion, so I can just solve Butcher here and then not take Cleaver. But I'm not interested in Apple or Shield, so I think I am going to Cleave. 8-2 is a little late to Cleaver, but like, we have shop buffs, we have a good board, we have full health, we're on Gloria. I think it's right. We only need top 4. It's like the biggest factor. And yeah, it looks like we're about to kill Tajima, hopefully. Luna also on the brink of death. And Jay healed back to 2. Alright. Let's run it. Secret map. Alright. We are just going to kill Tajima. And I mean, this bunny is so huge. Oh my goodness. Alright. Show me mushroom ring. I say that, but like I don't know if this thing could even die. Happy enough with punch card's a little awkward under Cleaver because you're so incentivized to take characters. Could just Midas Throne. I don't really want a Merlin's Tome this early. Getting messages. Oh. Yeah, why not? Sure. Guess luckier chest? I don't really want to have to like wait around for a gold treasure or a rare treasure to get to legendary, which that could kind of make me soft lock myself. But neither of the other two are that appealing either. Dragon Dice is appealing if we get Hidden Treasure Room, but until that point is not the most exciting. So yeah, I guess I'll take the chest. And yeah, I think we run it like this. This is like the strongest board in the. This is the board that's like destroying this lobby, so I feel pretty comfortable. Oh, did I forget to check the health in the lobby? I might have. Doesn't matter, we're gonna play it out anyway, but I will play a little faster because I think we are officially safe. Yeah. Alright. Sparkles, Guinevere. We do not get Triple Trouble. Instead, we get Golden Ghost Armor. It's pretty busted. Yeah, I mean, the problem is it's just not going to die. But we have made it to the next round, so I will speed up a bit. But I'm very happy with the strength of these lobbies. Hopefully they do not get much tougher. Things are just not dying for Claw or Oven. I guess I take Claw. I mean, they're kind of doing something. Enough that I'll actually get some death triggers here, but not enough to actually compete with our board. But they had, like, pixie dust and stuff, so that could go well for them. It's a waste of the extra spells, although one of these is from Spellbook anyway. Yeah, maybe I don't care. Right. Widow's Web. Ooh, brass cannonballs. Buff, the Ghost Armor buff go on the goodie bag. Yeah, I think we're done here. True Love's Kiss. Yeah. It's probably too good to pass up. more kisses for you. Echo and Faye's pretty insane with the Ghost Armor goodie bag. Yeah, much stronger board. I think we're still gonna beat it, but this is not like a pushover lobby, you know, like there was a way that our game could go poorly and we could lose to that board, you know? It's within the realm of possibility. Look at this giant thorn. And a buff. Yeah, whatever. Thusly? No, I guess still want Ghost Armor in front. Alright, round 2 down. There's our Bahamut, signed by an entire art studio somehow. On to round 3.